The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, has once again declared a 2-week warning strike, citing the federal government failure to address long-standing issues bordering on unpaid salaries, poor funding, and the controversial Integrated Payroll and Personnel Information System, IPPIS. While ASUU insists that its actions are for the preservation of university education, many Nigerians, especially students and parents, are left wondering if the union struggle has become a predictable cycle of pain and loss. As far as they are concerned, this latest strike comes at a time when universities are still recovering from the devastating impact of previous industrial actions. Over the past decade, ASUU strikes have cumulatively kept students at home for more than 3 years. The excuse is often the same, and that is, it has been nothing but government neglects and breach of agreement. Yet, beneath the noise, and there are uncomfortable questions about the integrity of the university themselves and the union action and their sincerity. The issues behind the strike are not strange this time around. It's the same recurrent this month. ASU's grievances revolve around several unresolved matters, such as the non-implementation of past agreements between the union and the government, funding for revitalization of public universities, payment of ends academic allowances, and then the demand for a more transparent salary payment. That is, need to have a more system, just independent from the IPPIS. The government's position, however, is that it has met most of the ASO's key demands, or is on the process of doing so. As usual, the result is a deadlock, and students pay the price for all these actions. Let us listen to some of the deliberations between the ASU and government.
Institution expanded negotiation committee. We received that counter offer to ASU. I believe they've made Elijah Ahmed committee has made reached out to ASU and the other tertiary institution union to start giving dates and time when they will meet. The directive of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to us is that our children must be in school. We should do everything humanly possible to avert strike. And that's why what we've been working behind the scene. You've seen that we've not been going to the press to talk about every single thing we're doing. People at the highest level of government have been working several hours intensely to get a robust but affordable response back to our trade unions. These are issues that have predated 10-15 years ago. They've not been surmounted. But this president passed, things were done in silos. There were 3 different committees, negotiation committees set up. One for universities, one for polytechnics, and one for colleges of education. And those committees worked in silos. But that's not an efficient way to negotiate. The slight delay that we've had in putting the expanded committee together, we now have one negotiation committee that will talk with all tertiary institutions. That same committee will negotiate with academic and non-academic unions so that they can have a full breadth of what their needs are. And I can tell you today, I've seen all the requests from all these unions at the universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education. 80% of those requests are about the same. Though the 20% of the requests are based on peculiar needs of the universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education. We understand that. So this one committee they've started working actually. We inaugurated them on Monday. They had their inaugural meeting yesterday. And Alhaji Ali Ahmed has promised that they will work continuously and expeditiously to get our responses to them and get to a point that we have agreement that we'll sign with them. But I want to use a medium to talk to our unions. Don't use strike as your first resort. We know you've been patient, but these are issues that happened decades ago, 2 decades ago. But this president, we have a president in the person of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that believes fervently and benevolently in education. And it's giving us all the political will to resolve this problem once and for all. And as I've said repeatedly, we will resolve it in an holistic, comprehensive manner, in a manner that is mutually respectful to the unions, to the trade unions, both academic and non-academic, and in an affordable manner, something the government can afford. We're not going to resolve all these problems. We're not going to pay our lecturers. They deserve to be paid so much. Our academic staff and non-academic staff. But then, we can't give you everything you want at the same time. But it's the gesture, it's our benevolence, it's our commitment to at least get substantial benefit, financial reward to you. And this government is doing other things to improve your welfare. At this point, we've addressed several of the issues that you brought up. The end academic allowance has been paid. The government president released 50 billion. That's been paid months ago. Even the needs assessment that tertiary institutions have been fighting for almost 15 years. President put 150 billion naira in this 2025 budget, and he promised us that they will release it in tranches of 50 billion, in tranches of 3 tranches. We have the 50 billion now waiting. So this president is meeting all the commitments, all the promises to the unions. Your promotion areas, the issues have been resolved. We've spoken to the DG budget. Issues have been resolved. By next year, in 2026, all areas will be paid, including the 25-35 wage award. The issues of other allowances, teaching allowances, and all those have all been paid. We've resolved a lot of these issues, but we know the final part is the condition of service. We will resolve that as well. So we're pleading with the unions, both academic and non-academic unions at a tertiary institution, to be patient. This government were sincere, were truthful. We have full, genuine interest to resolve it, and we've shown you this over the last 24 months plus that the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has taken over the country. So please bear with us and be patient. We need to keep our children in school. This is the commitment that the president makes to Nigeria, and he's mandated us to ensure that that promise is met. And that's why we're doing everything to work with the union. Please, there's no need for strike. We're talking to you. You have people. This technical working group is at the highest level of government. We have the Solicitor General of the Federation here that will sign off on every single agreement that we make. This is the first time it's ever happened. ASUU has negotiated. ASUU, all other unions have negotiated with government before. The Ministry of Justice was never involved. We're doing this in a comprehensive, in a holistic manner, with full trust and full intent and commitment to resolve this once and for all. Thank you.
Meanwhile, This is how some of the institutions look like. With this warning strike going on, how deserted the place is. There's no doubt about the systemic corruption within the ivory towers. Why ASU calls out government for corruption and negligence? It is also difficult to ignore the rot within the university system itself. Many Nigerian universities are plagued with unethical practices ranging from academic admission racketeering and sex for grade scandals to financial mismanagement and nepotism in appointment. These things are rife within the university system. Some vice chancellors live in luxury while their lecture halls crumble. Projects are inflated or abandoned, and academic journals are filled with recycled research work, and genuine scholarship is often replaced by politics. The decay is internal as much as it is external, and this hypocrisy weakens ASU's moral standing in its battle against the federal government. If ASU must be taken seriously as a voice of integrity, it must also cleanse its own house. The fight for better education must include a fight against corruption within the institutions themselves. That is when that fight will be genuine. It is often said that when two elephants fight, the grass suffers, and that is the situation we have on ground. The immediate victims of every ASU strike are the students. For returning students, the strike brings academic disruption, emotional fatigue, and wasted months that extend their graduation indefinitely. But for the worst hits, which is the new intakes, the fresh minds are just secured, who have just secured admission after years of struggle. It's a particular situation for them. For many of them, this 2 week warning strike feels like a bad omen, a reminder that they are stepping into a system notorious for instability. Parents who have invested their life savings in their children's education are left in anxiety, while the students' enthusiasm is gradually replaced with frustration. Some may never return to school after prolonged disruptions. Others turn to crime or despair, contributing to Nigeria's growing army of disillusioned youth and making the society worse for it. We operate nothing but a system that punishes hope. The endless cycle of ASO strikes is not merely about salaries or funding. It is a symptom of a deeper systemic failure. A nation that cannot guarantee uninterrupted education is one that mortgages its future. Both the government and the universities share the blame for this tragedy in our system. Until both parents or both parties interrupted this system, then the students will continue to hang in the balance. And until both parties place national interest above ego and corruption, the dreams of many of our students will continue to hang in the balance. Conclusively, the 2 week warning strike by ASU is yet another chapter in Nigeria's education crisis. While the union's grievances may be valid, its moral authority is weakened by the rot within the universities themselves. Reform must be holistic. It must confront both governmental neglect and institutional corruption. Nigerian students deserve better than endless strikes. Surely they deserve more than that. They deserve a future where learning is continuous, not conditional. Thank you. Share your opinion on this in the comment section and please subscribe for more.